3v3 on Ligny. I'm playing as Russia, and my two allies are playing as Prussia and Spain. My army is 6 shooter, 3 light infantry, I think 4 musketeers and 4 lifeguards. And the Prussian has a life hussar and 2 lancers. Then for his infantry he has 5 militia, 4 light infantry, 3 guards and 4 musketeers. And for Spain, I think he has all the guerrilla units. Then he has 2 standard light infantry, 6 normal fusiliers and 2 Valou. Then he has 4 lancers and a normal general unit. So for this game we're planning to cross here. So we basically gonna try and double team this Austrian player here. So it looks like the Austrian was kinda prepared for our attack here, so he's gonna push forward his entire army. But I see that he pushes his light infantry very close, so I just decide to charge his light infantry with my cav. And he did not square with his German fusiliers here. Meanwhile, Spain is doing a really good move, while the Austrian is occupied here with my cav. He's sending in a guerrilla lancer unit to kill the general. So he was panicking here with my cav, and then his general gets killed. So now I'm pretty sure he doesn't really know what he should do. It's just a big mess here. Oh, and looks like the Spanish player decided to take his entire army to this position. Here I think Spain should have just moved his cavalry behind and just completely encircled the Austrian army here, because now they're mass breaking. But I know that they will come back, most of them, because they're not very depleted. Most of them have like 100 units left. The cuirassiers are being very brave. I think this unit has like 12 morale or something. Helping him a bit here with the cuirassiers. So this was right about now when I realized I have to chase after the Austrians here, otherwise they will return to the battle. But the British player, I think, realizes this, So he's gonna try and basically cover the Austrian retreat. So he's gonna form alongside this river bank here, and the French player is also gonna send 4 cav to help the Austrian. Meanwhile, I'm just crossing here, trying to take the building. Spain is immediately gonna go for this position. I guess he realizes I don't really need any help chasing the Austrian. But I think it could be possible that there was a miscommunication here, because the Austrian is not gonna take his chance here and retreat. He's actually gonna stand and fight, which I don't think was the plan for the British and the French player here. I think they just wanted him to quickly get across the bridge here. Also, Spain is actually gonna help a bit here on in the forest. So this light infantry is skirmishing here. They are skirmishing against foot guards in the building, so this is not gonna be a very good trade here for him. He's having a lot more success here against the old guard in the building. They're not in range to fire at the lights. Here France tried to cross the bridge here, but the Prussian decided to send his I think 2 lancers and 1 life hussar to try and stop this. But yeah, they're taking fire from old guard in the building and these lights here, so that's not gonna be a very good trade for the Prussian. I think he should have just let him cross. Maybe he could have tried to stop it if he would have had some infantry support, but cavalry alone wasn't gonna quite do it. So I guess here Spain had a change of heart. So instead of taking his entire army to this position here, he's gonna split his main army here. Some will continue to the guerrilla force here, and I think form up here. Then he's gonna take his Walloon Guard and the rest of his army to this position here. I do think that the Prussian did bring a bit too much militia. Like if you're planning a rush or something, maybe 2 militia max, but I think 5 militia is a bit overkill. Doesn't look like the British player realizes I'm having multiple units shooting at his lights.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
France and Britain is actually being quite aggressive here, pushing the middle. Spain is crossing with his lancers. He did take a lot of casualties there though. Yeah, look at this, the lights have skirmished down the old guard to 59. And they barely took any damage at all. So this unit basically have killed maybe 700 gold worth of unit. So this unit has pretty much already paid for itself, if you think of it money-wise. Here I decided to push in my musketeers against the Polish. I did not really expect them to win, but I decided to go in anyway. Yeah, France should immediately disengage from this skirmish here. Having 3 lights in tight formation, shooting against 1 Polish. That's not gonna do well for them. Although I am taking quite a lot of casualties from the building here. Interesting fact about the Russian lights, they're actually quite good in melee. So if you ever feel like you must put them in melee against infantry, you can actually do that. Same with the Cazadores.
Our men are running, sir!
So Spain is trying to get his army in position here, in the back of the French and the British. I'm not really sure if this was a good plan for him, because now of course this army will eventually get cut off from the rest of the Prussian army and his army here. So if the British and the French want to rush him, they can. So the Prussian is sending in 2 militia and 1 foot guard. against the 88 foot guard and a foot. So that's not gonna go well for the militia here. And he actually bugs out the rest of the guards here. So what he should do is put out the militia and put in the foot guards. You always want guards fighting in the building because of their superior melee capabilities. And I'm desperately trying to take this building here. Having my Semenovsky in the building is really good. They're like the best bayonet unit in the game, I guess, after the Old Guard.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
So the problem with this Spain here now is that his army isn't really doing anything to help, while me and the Prussian is fighting off the British and the French. So we really do need his help at the moment. But as you can see, he can't really help.
Our men are running, sir.
It kind of looks here like the Prussian is playing that a computer has taken the place of him, but in this game actually he was still playing, so this is actually a real player playing. He's gonna do something later on that I think is very weird. If a player is playing the game, that is. If a computer was, it would make more sense. But I guess we all make mistakes from time to time. So now he pushes up his the rest of his army. So he's just blobbing up his units here. Target firing this, I guess. Then I think he targets all of his units to go in the building here. And he's walking. Yeah, no, he did click on the Polish. But yeah, so now this is what I say when he played like a computer here. This is kind of what a computer would do. Just blobbing up the units like this. He should have, of course, formed up a bit here to try and skirmish. Yeah, so I saw he needed some help breaking through the Polish, so I started shooting at the Polish. So now he's gonna send in his musketeers, militia, and light infantry against an old guard and a foot guard. He's gonna charge the cavalry. There they go. So now not a lot is gonna happen, so let's fast forward. Just charged in my general against the Voltigeurs. So I think it was right about this time when I realized that we were actually still losing, even though we had such a great game against the Austrian here. So I decided to try and go for the British general here. His general is obviously a lot more important than mine, since my army is pretty much dead. France is trying to protect the general with his cav.
Our men are running, sir.
So I do actually think that the British general got killed by his allies' lancers here. You do actually damage other friendly cav units if you do a friendly cav charge. So we got extremely lucky there, killing the general.
Our men are running, sir. Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, so Spain is just waiting this out until the French and the British will make a move. So you can see that the old guard here got 3 upgrades. So they got 3 chevrons throughout this battle. So I think that they have maybe 300 plus kills, which is extremely good. So they did a lot of good job in the building. So now they finally gonna make a move here against Spain. As you can see, they take a very large chunk of their armies here to try and focus down this Spanish army here. So this kind of opens up some, I think, possibilities here for the Spanish to quickly try and cross here to neutralize this army, while this army is fighting for its life. That one volley killed 6 units. So right now the British is gonna show off their superior skirmish capabilities. France is actually pushing with some National Guard and militia. This opens up a lot of possibilities here for his cav. Also, this old guard unit can't form square. I think it's too late for him to fall back here, but I think he should have done it a bit earlier and try to make a move here quicker against France. But he's gonna move in against the militia here. He did a rally. Don't really understand why. I don't think you get any bonuses from it other than morale. So you really want to use the rally when your units are getting yellow or red, when they're about to break. So I don't think there was any need for him to rally there. He went for his cav. His general, I mean. So France was chasing after the Spanish cav for a very long time. He should have just ignored it and went for the infantry here, like Spain did. Spain is actually a very good player, so he's gonna do really well with his cavalry. Devastating volley there from the foot guards.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Killed the French general there. Yeah, you can see he just keeps clicking on new units with his cav. What you should do with the cav. There he lost his general to the old guard. But yeah, but I think overall, I think he made a pretty good stand here. He got a lot of kills here against the French. Yeah, so this is now, I think, when Spain should be aggressive here with his army here. You shouldn't let them regroup. So he's actually gonna cross. Good for him that the British didn't form square, and they actually ran into the cavalry charging, so I think that the cavalry do more damage then with the charge bonus. Here he left his light infantry exposed. He should have left one unit here to cover the crossing here for the rest of his army. Spain is going after the light infantry. Here I think what he should have done was ignore the cavalry here and chase after the kings here, and probably pull back, and then just finish off the old guard here with the cav, because these kings are gonna return. But if he would have chased after them with the cav, they wouldn't, of course, and he would have killed off the old guard. But he's gonna keep them here, try and make a stand here against the remaining British army. Yeah, very good move here. He did a double charge. So he went for charge on this unit, and just when they were about to charge, he clicked on the unit left to it, so it registered this unit in the charge too. So now he's gonna fall back. He actually has the guerrilla infantry. But it has 2 chevrons, so I guess it isn't that much of a difference from a regular infantry. Here I would say it's very important for him to keep his old guard alive. Basically just for the intimidation. But yeah, he's gonna lose it. And here he's focusing all his fire on the foot guards instead of the light infantry. So he killed that very easily. Don't really think Spain is getting any kills here. Yeah, so basically now I think Spain should just be very aggressive, push very closely to the British, not letting him have the forest bonus and the accuracy bonus. Just push really close. Not like what he's doing now, doing max range against them in the forest. He actually puts his light infantry in loose formation here, which I was a bit surprised, but it works. But what doesn't work is him having them behind the infantry. Not really sure what he was thinking when he did this. Obviously, if you put them in loose, you want them in front of the infantry. But yeah, this player knows this, so I guess he wasn't paying attention. And again, he needs to push closer, like you're letting the British use their accuracy superiority, and they have the forest. So this isn't gonna work for the Spanish player. They did actually manage to rout this unit here. But yeah, it wasn't worth it at all. British definitely won that trade. So now he's doing what I think he should have done from the beginning. He's charging in his Fusiliers against the Kings. He's breaking. So here he should have pulled this back too, or kept his light infantry shooting at the highland, while his Fusiliers were fighting in melee. But he's gonna pretty much leave them to fight for their own. So it's actually really close right now. I would say that Spain actually do have a chance of still winning here if he regroups his army. So his one option here is just to keep kiting the foot here. Maybe even run across this bridge here and defend here. But I have a feeling that would lead to a standoff, so no one would make a move. So he's trying to regroup his light here. Britain is actually gonna allow him to do it. Here he's pushing. He's actually walking these guys in position. So yeah, he did not get a single volley off there, which was sad. That looks like Britain has this one in the bag.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
He's gonna try and run away a bit with his lights here. But I think eventually he's gonna realize that he can't win. So I played as Russia, so I had 1,558 kills. The Prussian guy had 897. The Spanish guy 1,034. The Austrian that got destroyed in the beginning had 471. The British IKG had 1,822. And France had 1,702. Good game to everyone.